Trailer's down to the frame. All right. Okay. There we go. All right, trailer's down to the frame. All this stuff behind me is all the old walls and crap. Our plan today is get the floor put back on, get some of the cabinets put on, and then lift the floor back off, roll it out, and paint the frame. I can't do it all at once because HOAs, and you know, they're sometimes whatever HOAs. So that's the plan for today. We're going to show you putting the floor back on. I'm going to reuse this old tin. It's got some holes and crap in it, but nothing I can't patch. And I don't feel like it's super crucial, and I don't want to order stuff and have to wait weeks to get new stuff in anyway. So that's the plan for today, is to put the floor on. So here we go.
Ow! I pinched myself.
Yes! So happy I got that on video.
I was like, I'm waiting.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting.
Alright, pause button real quick. I lost the footage of us putting the plywood down. I don't know what I did. Deleted it or something. Or never filmed it. I have no idea. It's gone. Anyways, just imagine that we're flopping plywood down right now on top of insulation. The insulation, we bought 48-inch roll. We just rolled it out, butted the two joints together and put aluminum tape on it. So that's what we did. And we just notched the plywood around the wheel wells. Super simple. You really didn't miss a whole lot, but yeah. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program. Okay, floor's almost done. Subfloor is just stapled to these 1x3s. It's how the trailer was to begin with. These are sitting on top of the framing of the actual trailer. Like I said, it's how it was to begin with, so that's how it's going back together. If you're doing a trailer, it might be different. We just use Reflectix to insulate, because I've used it in van builds, I've used it in my Jeep, and it's just, you know, go-to thing. And then all of that's going to get carriage bolted down into the frame. I'm going to go into the spots that it was originally and then add a couple of spots, but that's where we're at now. Next update, we'll be putting in cupboards. So, but I wanted to show you all this put together before it got covered up. Yeah. Oh yeah, glue. It's always a good idea to glue these. We've been gluing them. It'll help keep the squeak down. That's just kind of anything like that, but that's what we're doing. Bye. All right, we talked about this one time before, but I just want to give you a better visual. This is what your walls are made of, right? So you have an 1/8-inch plyboard or whatever, wallboard, whatever you want to call it. And then a 1x2 is tacked to that, and then your siding runs on top of that, right? That is your basic wall. That's your basic wall makeup. Insulation in the gap. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my measurement, and I'm going to go and chalk out the outside rim of where the walls are going to lie, so I can measure off that to set my cupboards and stuff, because like I was telling you before, cupboards all attached to this wall, so I need them to come up flush to this, but I can't stack the walls and then put them in because I don't have, you know, access to outside. So I'm going to put all the cupboards in, and then we're going to stand the walls up to those and then attach them the same way, but it's actually kind of how they do it in the factory anyways. Anyways, that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to go around, chalk out all my lines so I have something to reference, and start building some cabinets. All right, I just went through and checked all my marks for square. When these things are originally built, they're not square. And how we got it square was we centered the floor on the trailer by measuring the frame of the trailer. And then we put 2 carriage bolts in the rear. And then we measured from corner to corner, corner to corner. And when you do that, if you get the same measurement, you're square. We were a 1/16 off. It measured 135 and 135 and a 1/16. On one corner. I can live with that 1/16 because I couldn't even find it, and just now checking my marks I couldn't find it again. So maybe heat differential or something, I don't know. The trailer could have shifted, but it was only a 1/16 off, so it's super close to being square now. Way more than it was when originally built. So yeah, corner to corner measurement, centered. Pretty easy. So basically what we've done here is I laid out where my cupboards and my seats are gonna go, because I'm going with a different floor plan than what they had before. Then I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna put it right on my marks. And that's actually 7/8 shy of what my finished wall wants to be. And I'll pretty much tack this down and frame it all the way on the floor as far as where everything's gonna go. And then when I build the panels, I'll put this like that, tack my facing on top of it, and I'll just make flat panels that can be attached right there to the flooring. And then as far as framing up off of this, I'm gonna use pocket screws to frame this out the rest of the way, and then everything will just attach to that. So I can do this, and it'll give me a better layout. And again, that's how it was originally done. So it's how we're gonna do it now. It's gonna be a different floor plan, but that's the technique they used. Okay, it's 12 o'clock at night. It's time for me to quit. I got all that framing around the borders that we talked about, and then I cut for this bench closest to me, which would be roadside. I got all the pieces cut for it and pocket drilled, so we'll be putting that together first thing in the morning. But here's where we're at. All right, as you can see, all this stuff is there, just like I'd said, all nailed down like you saw. And then I cut all the pieces, and basically what we did was we just cut this box to go like that, and it's going to nail into that. And then the top, of course, is just well, not of course, but the top is just a complete square, and it's the outside dimension, and that would normally nail into the wall. We're going to support it up and down, so that I can do things on it and it doesn't get broken while we're before we set the walls on. So that's where we're at. I'm probably gonna end this video here. So like and subscribe, keep following me. Give me feedback, you know, what you like, what you didn't like. It's the only way to get better. So thanks for tuning in.